Welcome to Living in Philadelphia Suburbs. I'm Neil. What we're going to do today is take a more in-depth look at the pros and cons of living in Ambler, Pennsylvania. Now, some of you said to me, I'm thinking of living in Ambler. Well, let's see what's so good about Ambler, and let's see what maybe isn't so good about Ambler, and see if we can help you make an informed decision about your move in the Philly suburbs. As always, if you're looking to move in 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, because I want to help you make a smooth move around the Philadelphia suburbs. Okay, let's get into it right now. Pros and cons of living in Ambler. Now, you know Ambler is one of those kinds of towns that I really like because you can walk everywhere. Walkscore.com has it highly rated in the 90s. They say you don't need a car to do your daily errands. To me, that's a really good thing. Now, we've talked about Ambler before. Ambler is relatively small. It's only a little over 0.8 of a square mile. So it's 25% smaller than Conshohocken. It's about the same population as Conshohocken, so it's fairly compact and fairly dense. But what makes Ambler unique is it's walkable downtown, all the great restaurants, shops, entertainment, boutiques, all that. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about walkable downtown. We're going to talk about transportation. We're going to talk about great community atmosphere. We're going to talk about parks and rec, the quality schools, the diverse shopping and dining options, and the historic charm of the asbestos capital of the world. Well, it used to be. It's no longer that. Again, walkable downtown. Butler Avenue is Ambler's claim to fame. One of the things that we saw both. We saw the Ambler Theater, which was the old Warner Brothers movie theater from 1926. We also saw the Act II Playhouse, which is focal point of artistic and community activities in Ambler. The other things, they have a very vibrant arts and cultural scene. They have the annual Ambler Arts and Music Festival every spring. They have an Oktoberfest every fall. They have the Farmers Market every Saturday. When we did the walking tour of Ambler, we visited that. And they also hold First Fridays every month. First Fridays, it's a little bit different every time. You never know what you're going to get. There can be booths on the street. There'll be entertainers on the street. The galleries are all open. And as you notice when we walked up and down Butler Avenue, there's a number of shops and galleries, all art related. You know, the restaurants hold specials. Transportation. The Ambler train station is the busiest train station on that Doylestown, Lansdale, SEPTA regional rail line. There's a lot going on there. There's also convenient access. If you remember from the Ambler map video, the Route 309 goes right down to the Pennsylvania Turnpike. So both roads and rail, really good. And the bus goes right up Butler Avenue. The one bus will take you down to Plymouth Meeting Mall. The other one will take you up the road to the Montgomeryville Mall. Great community atmosphere. It's a tight-knit, family-friendly kind of community. Lots of local events we talked about. All kinds of local organizations. One of the big driving forces in Ambler is Ambler Main Street, and they work on promoting the business and cultural aspects of the vibrant downtown area of Ambler, which is, I think, the thing that really makes it unique. There's all kinds of service clubs. You know, they have the Rotary, they have the Kiwanis. They have a lot of stuff going on for kids, too. They have Ambler Junior Baseball, boys and girls 4 to 19. They have an Olympic club, same age group. It's mostly cross-country, track and field oriented. They have Youth Football Association. They start out with flag football for the little kids, and then they go up to tackle football for kids up to age 14. And they also have cheerleading for that same age group from 5 to 14. So that's cool. Parks and Rec, they have numerous parks. We visited Knights Park, has that skateboard facility there. The other interesting thing about Knights Park is that in the summer, the Greater Ambler Area YMCA holds a summer day camp. And then they give also passes to the kids from the day camp to go over to the Y on the weekends and take a swim. So that'll keep the kids busy and out of trouble, hopefully. Quality schools. The Wissahickon School District, of which Ambler is part of, according to niche.com, is number 3 in Montgomery County. overall number 12 in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So it's highly rated, well thought of. Nietzsche gives it an A+ rating. Can't go wrong there. Because you know me, I'm always looking for, well, what the heck am I getting for my tax dollars? If you send your kids to Wissahickon School District, you're getting your kids a good education. Diverse dining and shopping options. We took a look at Butler Avenue. There's all kinds of restaurants, coffee shops, breweries, saloons, places to eat, comedy club. We saw it all. The culinary scene in Ambler is pretty extensive. Around the corner there on, I think it's Main Street, there's a place called La Baja. That guy's actually been nominated for James Beard Awards. I'm sure there's others in Ambler who are just as highly regarded. Let's see, what else? Historic charm. We saw some of those big old stone houses that Madison built for his managers and supervisors. We've talked a little bit about the Lindenwald Mansion itself, which is coming up for auction, so you could buy that if you wanted to. But there's the row houses, there are twin houses, there's some new houses, some new construction, there's lots of new apartments, condos, so there's a broad diversity of living arrangements for all of us. So are there any cons living in Ambler? I briefly mentioned at the beginning that the regional rail station is the busiest on that line, and there's a big parking lot there, SEPTA parking lot, but limited parking all around Ambler is one of the downsides. The city has a number of parking lots with meters. It costs $1 an hour to park in Ambler. On the other hand, if you don't feed the meter, it's $30. So you know the drill. I know you know arithmetic. $1 or $2 is way better than 30. So parking can be a challenge, especially during peak times and when the events are happening. But I don't know about you, I'm not afraid to walk. So if you park 5-6 blocks away, you walk. Let's face it, if you go to the King of Prussia Mall and you park out in some parking lot, you're going to walk that far anyway. It's just that the mind tricks you into thinking that because you have to go down the block, around the corner, down the block, that you're way farther away and have a longer walk than you did, but it's not. Cost of living. The cost of living index for Ambler is 108.4. Now, when we talked about cost of living in Philadelphia, we saw the whole Philadelphia area, that's what it is, 108. But New York's 180 something. Boston, all those places are way more. The average in Pennsylvania is 92.5, but that includes places way out in the middle of nowhere where all your neighbors are bears and pine trees. Not an active, vibrant, interesting town like Ambler that's only a 25-minute train ride from Center City, Philadelphia. The small townness of it may be a con for you because you're going to know all your neighbors and you're going to be a little bit slowed down maybe. And that's not for everybody, but for some people, that's a big pro. Traffic congestion goes hand in glove with parking. You've noticed in the vlog of Ambler, maybe, we spent a lot of time sitting at red light on Butler Avenue on a Saturday morning. It can be a problem. At rush hour, when that 600 cars leaves that SEPTA parking lot, you can only imagine what that's like. But, it's only a few minutes, and then you're on your way home. There's limited large retail in Ambler. If you want the big stores, you have to go either to Plymouth Meeting Mall or the Montgomeryville Mall, which are the two closest, but we already talked that the bus will take you there, or the King of Prussia Mall. And let's face it, I don't care where you live anywhere around Philadelphia, if you really want to do that shopping day, you're probably going to go to King of Prussia and spend the day. So there's not a dearth of places to spend your money in Ambler, though. But if you want that big shopping experience, you're going to have to go out of town. The housing stock. It's the same as everywhere around Philadelphia. It's mostly older. And the closer in you are to these more convenient suburbs, the older the housing stock is going to be. That's just part of the deal. There's new construction here and there, and there's some infill, and there's some old shacks that have been torn down and are being replaced by new. But mostly it's going to be older houses. We've talked about it before. Maybe doing a little rehab is worth it because you get everything else that you really, truly want. And there's something to be said for those old 18-inch thick stone walls. Again, That's up to you. It's an individual choice, and that's part of the beauty of this whole real estate world. You get to choose what you want. That's pretty much it. Ambler offers a great blend of charm, community, and convenience. It's an attractive option for families, professionals, retirees. However, the cost of living and the small town pace might not be ideal for everyone. But as I mentioned, the cost of living, that's pretty much across the board in the Philly area. If you prioritize walking, cultural events, and proximity to both nature and the city, Ambler is hard to beat. So if you're thinking of moving anytime in the next 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I want to help you make a smooth move in the Philly suburbs. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.